Thanks for watching the replay. I hope you enjoyed the live class if you were there. You're going to use your foam roller and a pillow, a hand towel if you'd like for your neck. And we're going to start with your back extension, having your foam roller hamburger way. Find an area where you want to work and go back and forth. Trying to keep your sacrum heavy on the ground as you reach back. And then when you round forward, like you get a little bit taller than before. And then look for the place that you want to work, where you start by lifting the hips. So I'm going to move a little bit closer towards the neck or to the top of my shoulder blades. Then when you get to the spot that you want, you'll start tucking your pelvis to lift the knees and push them away. That will tilt you back to go as far back as you can. You stay there when you lower the hips. When your hips are all the way down, you can then lift your head, neck, and shoulders, leading the forearms for the ceiling until your pelvis wants to tilt you to do it all over again. Try to keep the movement going through your spine as fluid as possible. You can coordinate your movement with your breath if you want, or you can just breathe as needed. Couple more times. And when you finish your last one, you'll stay at the top. You're going to put yourself wherever you need to roll onto your side for your side hip work. Okay, so activate through your back, nice long neck, and let's start lifting the knee and lowering back down. As you lift the knee, push the bottom leg down into the ground and only lift the top knee as much as you can push into the ground with the bottom leg. It's going to feel different, kind of fun. Good. 3 more. 2. 1 more time. And then the heel goes up. And then the knee goes up. We're alternating. Good. Keep opening through your chest, the shoulders stacked, the hips stacked. If this feels really relaxed, see where you could create a little bit more length. Good. Couple more times. And then higher leg's going to come up to about hip height and back down. And the bottom leg pushes into the ground as the top one comes up. And you lower. 4 more. 4 more. 3. 2. And then 1 more time like this. Hold it up. Straighten your leg. Point the foot. Flex the foot. Bend the knee. Straighten your leg. Point the foot. Flex the foot. Bend your knee. Do it again. Yay! Point and flex. Hi, ankle. I wanted to say hi, so I went pop. 2 more times. And 1 more time. And keep the knee bent to move the leg forward as far as your upper body stays the same. And move the leg back as far as your upper body stays the same. And you continue that movement. Good. About 4 to 6 times. But if after 3 you're like, I'm done, that's totally okay too. Good. And then once you finish this one, the leg can lower. And you can slowly get yourself over to the other side however you need. Yay! Going to the other side. Find yourself in a place where your spine is nice and long and your hips are stacked, shoulders stacked. Just start lifting and lowering the knee. Lifting as high as the hips stay stacked, and lifting as high as the bottom leg can push into the ground. Good. The shoulders are stacked. You have happy thoughts. Good. And then we start to alternate where the heel goes up and then the knee. And you continue alternating, keeping the bottom leg pressing down, just gently enough to feel the work. Good. Couple more times. Maybe a couple more. Good. And the entire leg is going to come up and lower. It's only going to lift as much as the bottom one pushes into the ground and lower. Good. I don't know why I have a Ricky Martin song stuck in my head right now. Because if I can't think of the words, I'm just putting my own words into the tune. And I want to say, we lift something. I don't know the word song. Let's hold to straighten, point, flex, bend. Straighten, point, flex, bend. Good. Three more sets. Two. And then one more like that. That one felt weird. But your foot will stay bent. Your leg will stay bent. So that you can bring your knee forward as far as your upper body stays the same. And same thing going back as far as your upper body stays the same. If you're moving with your upper body, you're probably going too far. None of that. Just to where you stay in place. You want to try and make more range. When you go back with the leg, you can engage through the glute to help you open up the hip. Eee. Again, 4 to 6 times. Unless for some reason you don't have that today, that's totally fine. Maybe next time. I lost count. Once you're even, you can lower down that leg. I'm going to say one more for me. Good. And then the leg can go down. To sit yourself up. Yay! Put your foam roller long ways, hot dog way. So find yourself on your foam roller. Your hands, your palms can reach for the ceiling. Have your shoulders wide and nose straight for the ceiling. Start with your feet together and then walk your feet out to a Pilates V. Line up your heels with the ball of the foot so that you are about your own hip joint width apart. And the arms come for the ceiling. Palms face into each other for you to go out and back up to whatever range works for you. Today I'm keeping a small range. Not just because I'm close to the wall, but because I slept funny and my arm feels funny from it. Good, so just opening and closing the arms to whatever range feels best for you. couple more times like that. Palms stay facing each other. The arms are going to reach up overhead to where you're comfortable. And then back down, or back up to the ceiling and down for the knees. And again, up and over. Going in a range that works for you for today. Like I said, my range will be smaller for the day. So you go in the range that works for you. That's what happens when I sleep thinking that I'm a contortionist in my sleep. Couple more times. And then circling the arms. You can make the circles as small or as big as you want. It's like you're going up and over with the hands. You can pretend to be tossing flowers up and over, or bubbles, or cotton candy, whatever you want to gather and toss. Good. Couple more times. And then reversing your circles. Again, whatever range works for you. It might change as you're working through them. Couple more times. Once more. Then the arms to the ceiling, palms facing each other. Start marching arms, start them really small where the hands barely go away past each other, and slowly make them slowly make them bigger into your full marching arms. Good. Couple more. Now, if you have a towel behind your neck, you could grab onto the towel, or you can take the hands and release the fingers and place them behind your head. Elbows within peripheral vision, have your feet connected to the ground. Draw the abdomen in and begin curling up as high as you can keep the feet connected, and lower yourself back down. You're trying to lift the head, neck, and shoulders for the ceiling so the crown of the head and the forearms reach for the ceiling, and you feel a stretch through your upper back between the shoulder blades. Continue to round forward and back down. Ideally, it feels nice, with a little bit of abdomen work. Couple more times. One more time. Let's take the right arm to the ceiling. Left arm can be down. And then the left leg up to tabletop. Once you find your balance, you could stay here, or the arms can start reaching, well, the arm and the leg reach away from the body. And back in towards the body, maybe past their center, and again away from the body. And past their center, or to whatever range feels best for you to stay stable in. About 3 to 4 more. Long neck, nose for the ceiling. And then once you finish on this side, the leg can lower and the arm can lower. organize your body to take the opposite arm up to the ceiling, the opposite leg up, so that you can again hold this position, hold it for a few breaths, or start moving the arm and the leg away from the body to a range that works for you for today. And sometimes one side is different than the other. Some days by a little, some days by a lot. Just go with what you have for today. You're going for a total of 6 to 7 repetitions if you're moving through the body. Once you're all even, the arm and the leg can lower. I think I have 1 or 2 more. This side is incredibly difficult for me, so I'm just trying to concentrate. But I feel like quicksand. Good. And everything can lower when you're done, so that you can sit yourself up. Yay! Once you sit yourself up, have your foam roller back to hamburger way. And take your legs over it. Whoop. Go on your back. Lift your hips. Place your foam roller under your hips. Let's take the legs to tabletop. Have your nose straight for the ceiling so there's lots of space for your throat. And then your knees are going to come in as close to you as you can and back to tabletop. The hands can be out to the side, shoulders wide. If you have a hard time feeling your back take up space on the ground, turn the palms up so that you can feel your shoulder blades flatten towards the ground. Your lats take up space. Now alternate, pull one knee in, let the other one stay away and start maybe reaching it away from the body. And switch, the feet are relaxed. You're leading this movement from the knees. One knee in, one away. If you want to try and open up the leg that goes away a little more, you can engage that glute. And that will open up your hip. Then on the next one, we'll add the arms, where you pull the knee in, elbows wide, and then you switch sides. Bottom leg is trying to touch the ground with an entire flat foot as the other knee comes in. If that's too far, that's okay. It depends on how big your foam roller is sometimes. You can always practice this with a pillow underneath you instead of the foam roller. Couple of more times on each side. Now hold the right knee in. Left leg will be up for the ceiling, long neck, still connected to your upper back. Let the left leg lower lift, leading from the knee down for the ground and back up to the ceiling. You're just trying to move in a range where you feel comfortable and relaxed, letting the leg lower and lift. If at any point there is a pop, a click, a thunk, any kind of weird feeling in your hip, make the range smaller and see if you could engage your glutes a little bit more. And if you're like, I'm engaging my glutes, I promise, well, I also promise that you're probably not, because your hip is telling you that you're not. That's why they click. Good, couple more times. But if you don't click, then perfect. That's the thing I get asked the most about clicky hips. Then pull that other knee in, the left leg. Hold on to the left leg, right leg up to the ceiling. And same thing, letting the leg relax, leading from the knee to lower and lift within a range where it's comfortable and where it sounds nice. Good. So many words. I talk a lot. 2 more. pull both knees in. Give yourself a hug. Be happy. Love yourself. Like, good job, body. Thanks for moving for me today. Then both legs back up for the ceiling. Well, for the very first time together, to point and flex for the ceiling. Together. And alternating. And then a little bit running. A little bit of running. And then the legs relax. Start little tiny eeny circles for the ceiling. Good. Just really small ones. And then reverse them. Now, the legs are straight for the ceiling. You're gonna let one leg come towards you as the other one goes away for scissors. And then they switch. Now, if your legs had a line that goes straight for the ceiling, you only want to pull the top leg in towards you as much as the other one goes away from that imaginary line that goes straight for the ceiling. Because sometimes the bottom leg likes to go really far, but that's too far. We're trying to keep it even from this straight line. Good. Couple more times. And then let's turn this into a bicycle movement where one leg lowers and the other one goes up. And we stay within that range. And then you reverse. Still having lots of space for your neck, for your ears. Your upper back takes up space. That was difficult to say. Good. Both legs back up for the ceiling. The right one stays reaching for the ceiling. The left one is going to go out to the side as far as the right one stays in place. Then the left one comes back up. As soon as the heels touch, the right leg goes out to the side. And then back up. Going to a range that you can support on both sides. Alternating legs. Four more on each side. All the happy feelings. Happy. Good, one more set. Palms facing up, really long neck. Bend your knees in towards you to frog away at an angle that you're comfortable with. Then take the legs up and over. Bend the knees and reach away. You're going to keep doing this movement, keeping space for your throat. And again, moving within a range that you can stabilize. That means no clicking in the hips or the shoulders. And then reversing that movement. The legs lengthen out straight, you frog in, knees in. Just straighten the legs overhead in and out. Good. Now for the ceiling, long ears. Couple more times. Pull your knees in. Hug yourself. Tell yourself you love yourself. And if you don't, well, I love your body for moving for you. Yes. Then push your foam roller out until you can have your feet on top of it. Open the shoulders again. Nose for the ceiling, lots of space for your throat. Take up space with your back and gently roll your feet on the foam roller. Trying to keep your sacrum as steady as possible on the ground so that you start to feel this work through the lower abdomen. And it might feel like a little bit of a challenge to roll your feet and stay connected to it. If you can stay connected to it, then you can start rolling the legs out to straight legs. And then bending back in, still keeping the sacrum heavy into the ground as you're going through all of this movement so that you feel how your abdomen helps you move through it. A couple more times. And then on the next one, keep your legs straight. As your legs are straight, point and flex the feet. Legs squeeze into each other, then the feet stay pointed. Hands, you have the option of grabbing onto the towel if it's underneath your neck right now. If not, you can place it there. You also have the option of taking your hands behind your head to curl yourself up, or to have the hands to your side. Let's start with the hands behind the head or on the towel to begin with. Elbows in front. Begin curling forward as high as you can, keep your legs pressing into the foam roller, and then going back down. Doing that a few times. Now if you're like, well, this is plenty difficult, I don't need to do anything else, you can just stay doing this for a few more. If you want, you could also take your hands by your hips, as I said, and curl yourself up, walking towards the foam roller and walking back down. This will require a little bit more neck strength, so you can have a towel, you can have your hands, or you can work on that strength. Couple more times. But if you like the towel behind your head, I recommend sticking to that one for now. These are just options of everything you can do. One more. Good. And then you will stay on your back. Your feet will still be on the foam roller. Your arms can open out to T. Should feel really nice. Just take a few breaths here and let your body relax. As you relax, you want to feel what feels the heaviest on the ground. Is it like the back of the head, your sacrum, where you're touching the foam roller, your arms? Try and have your shoulder blades take up space on the ground, not by pushing and shoving yourself into the ground, but by breathing in a way that your shoulder blades start to take up space. So when you breathe in, you breathe into the upper back until you feel your shoulder blades get heavy. And when they get heavy, you keep them like that. And you continue to breathe in that manner, which might help you open up through the chest. Now, staying as relaxed as possible, the right leg from the knee is going to soften off the foam roller and up about an inch, and then back down. And you want to do that with the left leg. Everything is as relaxed as possible, and you very softly and gently lift about an inch. Now, ideally, you can do this. It does require work. It's very concentrated work. And if for any reason this causes any discomfort or pain, just let me know, because it's not supposed to. Good. Practice a few more times on each side. And then you're going to sit yourself up however you'd like. But if you want to sit up doing a roll up, your arms can reach up for the ceiling. You take an inhale to prep yourself and lift the head, neck, and shoulders. And with your exhale, you round forward, pushing gently into the foam roller so that you sit yourself up tall. And then you turn this way. You can move a little. You guys are all done. Good job today. Yay!